Brett Benson is a fine poet. A variety of works have come to my ears from him, his soul, and the way that he presents information. Of late, he's been bringing us to the ethereal realms. And he's a longtime supporter of sacred and all around marvel, and I very much enjoy his poetry. Brett is a poet well known in San Francisco. He was instrumental in making Sacred the virtual venue that it is and troubleshot a lot of things in the past to make it as easy as it seems to be. He's done the same for the series at Bird and Beckett and has been a supporter of the poetry community. He is my personal admiration because of that, as well as because of his work as an educator. His poetry involves the transcendent nature of the human spirit, touches upon the metaphysical, but does not ignore the problematic conditions of facing us as a civilization or the impacts of injustice, corruption, and politics as usual. A fine heart, a quality soul, a person of merit, and note. And with that, Mr. Benson, I will cease my mic and pass it to you.
Star Touch. Star Touch means to be touched by the universe in the most tender of ways, where the stars illuminate the divine cosmos within by ways of messages, inspiration, love, hope, and serene wisdom since the beginning of time. Star Touch soothes a person and makes us calm, knowing that we have unity back to the ancestors of the beginning. It reunites us with these ancestors, shares their songs echoing through the eons. You are not alone in this journey you are walking on. In the form of stories in the stars, these communications being absolutely necessary, for if humans cannot be humble, we shall surely destroy ourselves. The Star Touch is the best we, as beings, that we can come across. And significantly, the possibility that we can transcend our current state of suffering. You are amazing. We send this message then to humanity on the road to a better world. A world where all that is wonder, the majestic essence, the magnificence of the stream, the birds in the morning, the magnificence of this cosmos from above comes down and livens our bones once more. Keeps us warm like a thick blanket in winter. This Star Touch acts as a lantern on our road ahead once more. Observing the observer. To see beyond the limited scope of beliefs and ideologies and dogmas, where thought is not forced or controlled, where the quiet allows for infinity to emerge as a sunrise ascends over the mountain crest. Thou art one and the same, experience and the experiencer together. My vast mind, your vast mind, is consciousness in action. No separation. The trash in my neighborhood or down the street is the world I live in actively and with distinct purpose. I am a part of that world. Nature as I, and I thus as nature. For the habit is shaped and changed by this being, one thought by one thought, the eternity of now, not by divisive thinking or internal struggle, but by the trust for the self of the intuition, the self within that you know is there. Dost thou trust the self as the flowers trust the sun? More words cannot set the entity free, as more thought means more tension, it seems, more doubt and fear of the unknown. Love beyond the conceptual mind. Breathe the body back to calm. Find serene paths with focused precision. You are only beginning to understand yourself in the best perspective. Past the past, halting the future, thou exists now. In this measure of the mental construction of time. Do not seek. Be the energy you need. Immense power waits for your approval to unleash all of your stored up potential. And we're rooting for you. We're rooting for you. Ripples on the pond. Give me the sounds by the pond, the birds in the morning forest air, waves along tranquil ocean coastline, mountain streams running down short hedges, babbling brooks and the life by. Bayous and the crickets chirping at the full moon, wind along the Rockies and Sierra Nevadas, rushing river life like by the Mississippi. Rainforest full from top to bottom, gardens of butterflies and rabbits and frogs. Give me the sounds by the pond where not a soul cares to respond. Sitting amongst this natural flow, I was lost among the modern construction, then was saved by delving into my primeval roots. Can I find the same peace once and over again, not as it was exactly before, admittedly? Yet can I listen and wait for those scenes to emerge, welcoming you back home? If I want to escape the clouded life I can hear in my crowded city blocks, I'm coming home, my friends. And when I seek to listen and not speak, not to think and not to judge, but just to feel for another, let me feel like ripples in the pond, connecting with others. Let us know that you are amazing. The cavern. Your inner flame can act as a flicker of hope or spark as a piece of destruction down, down deep in the caverns. As by a caressing breeze, but upward from the source to outward, as you sit here and give permission by a serene or wary spirit to let go of something, even as we ask to think of nothing as we came into this place. Whether it is fear, anger, jealousy, resentment, rage, bitterness in the mouth, ghosts in your graveyards of thoughts past, it is what you choose. And here, as I face the flame in no hurried way, I shall presently say, enough, let it be. And with this utterance, this momentary peace I allowed for myself, as letting go gave articulation to less straws on the camel's back. Look again at the flame resting there, lighting your cavern, reminding you we are not alone. Luminescence, a brilliant radiance I could not shy away from, as I love all sentient beings as myself. We are one Earth. And as I took one final glance at the glow, the gleam before a soul, I acknowledged its power, for it could light my way or uproar into a pure inferno. Its potential is within, awaiting my daily decision of where to focus my attention. Thus, while the firestorm was possible as often as I could manage, I returned to this cavern and existed with the tranquil, still, calming inner flame. as a note while I'm getting the next poem. The links in the chat. The first one is the first book I've ever been published in. It's in an anthology with a lot of amazing other writers. Link 2 is one of the best conversations I've ever listened to between a person I follow, Jay Krishnamurti, and a professor at San Diego State about 50 years ago. Amazing conversation. It's an 18-part series. And then the third one is a artist of music that I find very calming and relaxing, considering all of the things that we as humans are dealing with in the modern day. Take that as you will. So, okay. Rains. Your best self remembers how far you have come and uses said strength to be bold and hopeful that all of your gathering peace shall not be undone, but sees your soul rising as the desert mystic day rise. Keep your breath calm. I see the inner deity from your depths, ready to take hold of the reins. Run wild, run free. Your infinite being taught deep water ocean currents how to reset the still observer who had come to them for answers. So you are in good hands. You are in good hands. The wildlands of Paradisia. Thou art descended from the galaxy above, golden rivers of cosmic energy and moon rock swimming down my illustrious veins. The eons old wisdom, in flight, flowing, as all good things move upon the sun's kiss, rejuvenating. The hope I never knew I would miss. And to the serene spirit, the one who never abandoned me, yet allowed for a sight to experience and see galaxies opening in my weary heart, of no design and minuscule material, yet infinite in purely attained essence and being. And thus, we have traveled across many universes beyond measure and come upon the wildlands of Paradisia. O maker of steady, resilient ground, fortified by thy perfect hand, my soul cries for picturesque sound, to knowing hope rising as my bones begin to stand. You made me, you sent me, to seek and know thee, a cosmic definition to be, galaxies opening the caverns within that you never had explored. For the sages and gurus, all who attained the way, saw bits of light emerging en route to coming upon a flawless light star, dampened most severely by the thoughts drifting away from source. Stay near it. Stay near who you are. The I is but an imaginary thing, a note human and fair. To all future chorus we sing, holding all beauty thy sublime soul can bear. Upon an elixir in nature's spring, to all living beings my tender nature care. And thus we are dying, but thus we are living. Not in the drowning of cruelest despair, but of dreams of peace and all the universal freedom granted to any visitor of Paradisia, of stardust, of moon rock, and of human beings. Come back any time, so that we can together forever measure what is beyond this horizon. If anybody is interested in writing cursive and has never learned how for some reason, I've been doing it now for about 20 years, and I would love to do it with you if you want to someday. Sorry, one sec. I'm locating a page here in a old journal. Present. I am not alone in this great wide world we find ourselves in, for you are here with me. And your voice calms my nerves. Your strength silently destroys my demons. For thy essence is serene, pure steadiness, and I am grateful for that. It is enough to make the earth turn and to foster a content beat, a content beat in my heart. It secures the divine stardust in my bones, knowing that someone like you exists. And I will close out with an ode to, how do you not trademark this name? The spirit of festive here. How about that? I'm glad to see you again, good friend. It's been a long time. How art thou? The world has gone in many positions since we last saw one another. I know. I can only come around once a year. It's one of those rules of spirits. Very bizarre. But you know, the good news is sometimes you just have to look within. I know you're going through it. Me and my fellow spirits, we see you throughout the year. We see the one who came to join us that you miss. We see the suffering of many, not just near you, but around this globe. And we wish continually to offer you this best advice possible. So please, listen carefully. Love is an energy field. It is endless, it is not boundless, because hate has a feeling of constriction, whereas love expands. There is a reason why you can feel it through the generations. There's a reason why we love and we desire and we long to hear songs of past, stories of past, points of inspiration within. I see you needing that like any person does, and it's okay. Sometimes you go into this form and you're not sure where you're going to go. But here's the good news. If you go with a good heart, if you love others truly as you love yourself, and if you do as good as you can for the world as a whole, you're probably on the right path. Because we know that in our quietest moments, I have seen you speak. I have been there. Not in a weird way. I know that there are days where you doubt your worth. I know there are days when you are uncertain of where this earthly visit is going. But let us sit together, commit to one another, let us know at a basic level that love is an energy field. And we know that energy is contagious. So let us be there for one another for all of our days. This trip is too short. Believe me, I have seen over 1,800 of them. So be merry. Share love to others. Let the new year be your best year yet. Because you have beauty within that the world needs. So go give it to them. Let them know that love is endless.
Unmute, ladies and gentlemen, and share, please. Wow.
Good stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So good.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I love the outfit though, too, gotta say. Well done.
I didn't want to go too copyright because you never know where they're gonna,
Yeah, well,
say, you're copywriting whatever. So, something winter. There
yeah,
you
something winter.
go. Green man, sure.
Yeah.